Hi, it's been a while and I haven't been active because of reasons, alright? But now I'm back and I wanted to address a couple of, comments and questions that you have, including a couple of comments that I want to make. Starting with the first and most important. Who the F I am? Well, in case you were wondering, I am a Bolivian. That's in the center of South America. I am 37 years old and married and I have 2 kids. I am a small video producer, meaning that I make, some videos here and there, music videos and corporate videos and all that kind of stuff. And I also sometimes stream on Twitch. So, you can check me out there if you want. Especially now because I don't have a lot of work because of this stupid pandemic. But most important of all, I am a University of the People student. I have no affiliation with the university whatsoever other than I am a student. So probably they don't even know I exist. And with that out of the way, let's begin with your questions. Here, the first one says how many courses per term and how long it takes to finish the course. All right. So, well, you can do this one of 2 ways. Either you could be a part-time student and just take 1 course per term, or you can be a full-time student and taking from 2 to 4 courses per term. Now, keep in mind that full-time student, it is really a full-time student. Now, there was one time when I take 2 in 1 term and it was really hard to keep up, especially with all the things that I have to do every day. One thing though, you gotta have a CGPA of at least 3 or more to be able to take more than 1 course per term. Meaning that you have to be at least a decent student in order to do that. So keep that in mind. Now, how long does it take to finish the course? Well, that depends. There are 5 terms each year and every term lasts 10 weeks. So how long will you take to finish? It will depend on the amount of courses you take every term. But there is a limit. If you're going for an associate's degree, you have up to 25 terms top to finish it. And if you're going for a bachelor degree, you have up to 50 terms to finish. So that is 5 or 10 years, which is, a decent amount of time to do it. Next. Hi, thank you for the video. I'm interested to enroll for a computer science degree. But what if I lose the path with the assignment or don't want to take the exam in a given period? The associate's degree lasts 2 years, but I'm not scared to finish it later. Is it allowed to delay? Thank you in advance. Okay, yes, you can delay. You can take a leave of absence or you can drop or withdraw a course. In order to take a leave of absence, you have to do it up to 1 week before the course begins. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do it. But in this part, when you say don't take the exam in a given period, well, I think that you're screwed if you don't take the exam. Like if you're doing all the course and you just don't take the final exam, well, you're going to get 0 there. And I know that because I did that once. I was caught in the middle of a production that was really important for me and I was not able to take the course. Luckily, I have a good grade up until that point, so I didn't fail, but I barely passed. Next, because I have been searching for study at University People, but it says to me that I have to pay all the bachelor degree more or less $4,096 for all the year. I'm not sure if it is for the year. I guess you're probably saying that it's $4,000 for everything. And yes, this is something that struck me as well. Like $4,000, it's really not cheap. At least for me, I'm living in a third world country in the middle of South America. And I bet there are other people that is struggling with this as well. You have to take this, for us at least, we have to take this as a private university. Like it's a little bit expensive, but I think that it's worth it. The reason that I enroll in this university is because it's completely online. And that was really weird the time I enrolled the first time. Now, after, this all COVID thing and everyone forced to go online, it's a little bit more normal and people have started to realize that this is a system that actually works. But if I want to study in a university in the United States, even if it is online, it will be really, really, really expensive, a lot more expensive than this. And to be honest, at least in my case, and I'm just going to say this in my country or for my country, if I spend this amount of money in a private institution here in my country, the degree is going to worth less than if I present a degree from another country. Trust me. How many years does it take to complete the MBA as a part-time student? Well, the master's degree is around 20 courses, and since I told you that is 5 terms per year, and maybe you take 2 courses per term, then that will be 2 years. Of course, you can just have 1 course per year, 1 course per term, and it will take you 4 years. Next, can you use this online degree to apply for a job here in Nigeria, or is it just for the whites? Well, that's a question that you should ask the company that you are trying to apply. But let me tell you this. If the company you're trying to apply is going to look at the color of your skin, they're a bunch of assholes. So you should probably not apply there. Do they really take face-to-face classes every day or not? Nope, we do not do that. We use a platform that's Moodle. And so you log in there and you have your assignments for the week and you have to interact with your classmates in forums and you do a bunch of other stuff. I have explained this in another video. It's how it actually works. And yes, there are people that is asking for, Zoom classes and all this, that it's, a brand new thing pretty much for everyone. Again, because of all this COVID thing. But this is almost impossible. Like I have had classmates from Europe and from Asia. At what time can we have a face-to-face class that could be convenient for me from South America, someone from Europe, and someone from Asia? That's barely impossible. In fact, I think it is impossible. Like it will have to be really, really late for me or really, really early for me or for someone else. It will be impossible to do it. So that's why they are not able to do these face-to-face classes. And yes, maybe they can just try to, separate us depending on the time zones, but that means then they will need more people to work in the university and they work with volunteers. And I find it really, really interesting to have all this diversity of people, like a class with someone from India, from Korea, from Germany, from the United States, from Mexico, and me, like in the same classroom, sharing our thoughts and showing our realities. That's really important. And I remember there used to be this debate whether the university is useful or not, and a lot of people saying that, yeah, it kind of is, like you can learn most of it in the internet and all that, but the diversity that you gain from going to a university, you cannot have that studying by yourself. And if that is a good argument to keep going to university, just imagine the amount of diversity you have in an institution like this. But anyway, no, we do not have face-to-face classes. Next, what major are you studying at the University of the People? Well, I am actually studying public and community health science. I am actually doing the associate's degree for that. Why? Well, I am a video producer, like I said before, and I'm interested in this community and public health thing. I was interested when I enrolled like a couple of years ago because I thought that we need, and I still think that we need a way to communicate things. And I mean, I know that people from public health are doing their best, but they are lacking, most of them are lacking in their communication skills. I don't think they are doing the best job they could do. I think they're coming up with great ways to deal with things, with the great ways to deal with endemic diseases, with this pandemic and with other things. But we need to find a way to communicate those ways, those strategies, those protocols to other people. So I thought that maybe if I combine those two things, I will be able to help a lot in that part. Next. Hello, I'd like to ask you if the university is recognized. Can you get a full funded scholarship? Yes, and kind of. Yes, it's recognized. I guess you mean accredited. And yes, it's accredited by the Distance Education Accreditation Commission, the DEAC, which is an educational accreditation agency in the United States and specialized, in distance education. And they just got the WSCUC eligibility for accreditation on that institution. I don't have a lot of details on this, I gotta be honest, because I don't care. And most of people really don't care. Like, Probably they will care if you are going to be working for some governmental institution, maybe. But if you're trying to work in a company, like if you're studying computer science and you want to work in Microsoft, they really don't care where you're coming from. Really, they don't care. As long as you have the skill needed for the job, they will hire you. Like companies that just hire people based on what university they went to are those companies that just disappear or never grow because they're not looking for skill. They're just looking for a piece of paper. And most of them are those, startups. But that's my opinion. That's my hot take. Anyway, if you are planning to apply for some jobs, or maybe you are planning to start here and then go and finish or do something else in your local university, I think that it's best if you go to that university and ask specifically if they recognize this university. And about the scholarship, yes, you can get a loan, and there are a bunch of programs that can help you get some of the money. Sometimes all of the money you need, but most of the time you just get from 50 to 80% of the money that you will need to study in the university. I'll leave a link in the doobly-doo for that. Please, can I join the FBI with a business administration degree? That, my friend, is a question that you should ask to Christopher A. Wray, the current director of the FBI. But if I'm being honest, I don't know why the FBI would need like a business administration. Maybe they will need, probably. I'm not sure. Either way, I think they will be really selective, You will have to be an American, and you will have to not have any links with any suspicious people, and all of that. So I don't know. And there's that. But I'm also planning to make a couple of videos that are really interesting to me now that we are 100 subscribers, which is really exciting for me. I never thought it would be that much, even though, in the internet, 100 subscribers is nothing. I think my kid has 100 followers in TikTok, to be honest. But what I want to do now with 100 subscribers is that I can go to the university and say, hey, look, I exist. How about this? And you tell me if you think this is an interesting idea. I want to make these videos. I want to make one video in which I interview like a couple of instructors, so we can have their opinions on how things work behind the scenes, how they're selected, if they get paid, how much time they have to dedicate, and maybe we can reach other people so other instructors get, want to go and help the university. But I also want to interview the person that is in charge for every degree. You can go into the website and find, program goals and curriculum and all those stuff. But it will be, I think, more interesting to me, at least, to find the person, like, for instance, in computer science, and ask him, what are the real goals? What are the real job opportunities for someone that has that degree? And all those questions about every single degree, which means that it will be like at least 4 videos, one for business administration, computer science, health science, and education for the masters in education. So I think those 4 videos plus the one with the instructions are something useful. And I'm planning to do that. I'm going to write an email right now, and we'll see if in the future we can do that. So that's the plan. Just wish me luck. I will leave in the doobly-doo link for the University of the People catalog. In there you have all the information you have been asking, like how do you transfer from one degree to another? How can you do it from another university to this one? How many courses per term? How many terms per year? What are the courses you are required to take for every degree? How much time do you need? How much it costs? All of that is in that catalog that is updated every year. And it's actually required for you to read when you're enrolled in the university. Just as a little cliffhanger, I will leave you the title of my next video. Things I don't like of the University of the People.